watching the Quezt, and I'm your host, Robert Dylan Vasquez. We're out here on a Friday night for episode 26. It is 7/9/21.
Turn on.
Enough of that. My birthday's in a couple hours, guys. I'm going to be birthday boy here in hour 15, hour and some change. And this is the last footage of me ever being 26 on episode 26. Now isn't that nice? 27, dude. I'm turning 27. 27's a weird year. Shout out to Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, and Janis Joplin. All the 27 Club. And it's just, what do you hope when you turn 27, if you're not yet? And then if you are over 27, what did you learn your 27th year on this planet? There's a lot of knowledge that I've learned, and there's a lot of stuff that I have yet to learn. I'm excited for what's to come. I feel old. And if you think this outfit is crazy now, wait till tomorrow. If you think I'm not getting fly as fuck on my birthday, dude, you're mistaken. It's my birthday in a couple hours. I'm so extra. I went out and I dropped $150 on a I wasn't supposed to say how much it was. I dropped some money on a blazer today. I'm not even leaving the house. I'm just going to walk around the house in it. So, it's my birthday in a couple hours. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to avoid the fine print. And if you don't know what the fine print is, you're not reading the fine print. And that's irresponsible. We're going to jump right into this quest. I have a lot to unravel, I guess you could say. We're going to jump into the imprint real quick. / imprint of the week. Brought to you by Imprint Jones in the Imprint District. I was going to say Imprint Light District. I don't know. And leave it up to Torian to leave a paragraph. So I'm going to take another deep breath, and then I'm going to read all of this that he has for me. All right, ready? If you took a road trip with your brothers or best friends, which fictional city in the superhero universe or overall fantasy genre would you least want to visit, and which one would you most want to visit? Thanks, Torian. Just to recap, if I took a road trip with my brothers or my best friends, which fictional city in the superhero universe or overall fantasy genre? Okay, so you're including everything. And then you gave me the option of which one would I least want to visit and which one would I most want to visit. I'll go ahead and start with the least. Raccoon City from Resident Evil. If you're not familiar, it's filled with the worst types of people. Don't want to go there. Don't want to go there, zombies with the potato sack and the chainsaw. Get out of here, dude. I don't want to have to... Anyways. And then the most superhero universe I had to... Because the fantasy genre of the Resident Evil. So, the superhero universe, I would most want to go to Gotham. Dude, I could hang in Gotham, dude. Sipping my Starbucks, or they'd probably call it like... sipping my Bat Bucks. No, that's cheesy. Yeah, Gotham. I could hang in Gotham. Me, Miranda, and Enzo walking out of the Mask of Zorro. Give me those pearls. And he's like, dude. Oh, Thomas Wayne. Shout out to Thomas Wayne. Yeah, man. If I was the road trip, I could handle Gotham for a couple days, for sure. Maybe live there. I don't know. Finding places to park, and then, no. My Honda would definitely get robbed. It looks like the Batmobile already. And least is Raccoon City from Resident Evil. And if you're not familiar with Resident Evil, just try to play one of those games at 4 a.m. by yourself. Good luck. That is not what dreams are.
This is what dreams are made of.
No, I just said it's not. Don't fucking argue with me, Lizzie. / dude. We're on to the question. And the question this week is 3 people you would invite to your birthday party. Now, I did the 3 people to dinner. That was different. I remember going Joey Diaz, Frank Sinatra, and then I think I tried to add Megan Good, but I ended up inviting somebody else. I don't remember who that third person was. Shout out to them. So 3 people to invite to my birthday party. Number 1, he made my 26th birthday super special. Jason David Frank. And if you don't know who that is, it's Tommy from Power Rangers. Last 26th, last birthday, my brother Hank, shout out to Hank, he's on my right, your left. He got Jason David Frank to give me a cameo, which is, if you haven't seen Cameo, you're living under a rock. But these celebrities and these, you know, what would you call them? Celebrities, influencers, anything like that. They do videos, like custom videos. It's not OnlyFans, but only celebrities. They do a shout out, like a birthday shout out, anniversary, anything you can, you know, think of, and they, you know, if you pay the toll, then they do this little, hey, what's up? It is OnlyFans. It's essentially OnlyFans.
It's for their fans. You buy them to say something to their fans.
So he gives me a shout out, and in this impromptu shout out that Jason David Frank, Tommy from the Power Rangers, in this shout out he gives me, he's winging this whole thing, you can tell, and he goes, you know, I'm here to make you an honorary Power Ranger. Bitch, say what? I'm a Power Ranger? Fucking bam 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 bam. Dude, hell yeah. And so I was super excited to turn 26 and be a Power Ranger. So he's definitely coming to my birthday party. I'm definitely inviting him. Dude, he bestowed a responsibility onto me. Dude, Zordon went and told him, hey, find a group of teenagers with attitude. And he was like, hang on, I got this other guy. He's turning 26, but he's got all the attitude. Anyways, Jason David Frank, Tommy, I'd be like, hey, you can't be Jason this whole party. You got to be Tommy. If anybody's like, hey, Tommy, he'd be like, you have to respond, yeah, yeah. Hey, what's up? Or you have to just be like, yeah. Yeah. You can kick him. It'd be all right. You can let your frustration out. Next one, Scooby-Doo. Jason David Frank's a real person. I'm inviting Scooby-Doo. Dude, we're going to snack down. Dude, that was terrible. Ruby Dooby Doo. Yeah, Ruby Doobies. Scooby-Doo, dude. Scooby-Doo. No, Scooby-Doo. Your mom eats cat poop. Anyways, and then the last one is Will Friedle, Eric Matthews. If you've never seen Boy Meets World, but Eric Matthews, dude. And those are the 3 that I would invite to my birthday party. It'd be a good time. Scooby would probably eat all the food, which I would eat it with him, and I don't really care. And that's my birthday party. What a weird birthday party. You got Tommy from the Power Rangers kicking everybody. Scooby's eating all the food. I don't even know what Eric's doing there. So
He's trying to be a Power Ranger. He's like, Tommy, let me be a Power Ranger.
And so that's my birthday party. So if you guys want to come to my birthday party, here's my address. I'm gonna dox myself in my bar. I'm gonna dox myself in my bar. The fuck? No way. Invite only. And then we're gonna slash real quick, and we're gonna go on to the unlocking memories. And all I have written down right here is end the suicide saga. Now, it's gonna get real dark. Just because I'm 27 years old, I'm gonna be reflecting on the most horrific time in my life. I'm going to try not to get too sad, and then I have something to bring it up at the end. So we'll see about that. So where I left off is I was chilling with Mike, and I was iffy about going into the Air Force, and it's about January or February. What I forgot to mention is right before October ended, right before Jersey, Brooke and I had this little spat. She had she had been laying there with me, and we were just talking about how great things were and how we don't have to lie to each other and we could just be ourselves and stuff. It was good. It was awesome. I thought it was the one holy thing I had in my life where I was just like, okay, cool. I got this figured out. Check mark. No. And so we were laying there and everything was good. She was driving home and she calls me and she's like, hey, I got to talk to you. And I'm like, okay, cool. So she's like, no, God, this is TMI. It's going to seem really immature at the time. But she's like, I had never had an orgasm with you. And at the time, we were dating for like a year and a half. It bothered me only because I thought I was the man. I thought I was the captain. I had gotten, tips and like guidelines and stuff from my boy Alex. Shout out to Alex. I love that guy. He didn't show me hands on. Anyways. Just I thought I was the man. And she was popping out one or two at a time every time. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then she broke the news a year and a half in. She's like, I've never had a real like orgasm with you. And I'm like, oh, so she's faking it. And it man, like I said, I thought that was the one thing I had going for me. I hated my living situation. I hated my life. I had abandoned my parents and my brothers. I'm my own worst enemy. And I have all this going on in my head. And the only thing that I had to hold on to was like, at least I sling it. And that's sad, but it's all I had. So when you take away that, I was so hurt. Oh God, I was so hurt. Didn't want to hear that. And like I said, it sounds immature, but you take that away from anybody. Like, anyways. And so I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I cheated on you. 3 times. Like, why I picked 3, I have no idea. You hurt my feelings, and I'm just like my dad. I'm just gonna say whatever to hurt your feelings. I never cheated on Brooke. But I said that because I needed to make her feel okay about this when it wasn't. And I needed to like hurt her more than she hurt me. So like a dickhead, I lie. And I lie my way out of it. I got 3 girls that I can just throw off the top of my head that I had, been with in the past and then was like friends with currently. Ruined relationships, ruined friendships with this lie. So we go to Jersey and I'm the bad guy for the rest of our relationship. Like well, you did this and I can't trust you because of this. And I did that to myself because I already felt like a bad guy. Mental stuff, And so we go to Jersey, we come back, and I'm telling her about Taylor and Spence and how I can't get money from these guys. And she's like, why don't you just beat them up? And I'm like, that's not going to get money from them. Like, you're not going to get blood from a turnip. Like, that's what my mom always used to say. No, I'm not going to beat them up. That's not going to do anything for me. And that was her mindset. Her mindset was like, how are you going to provide for us? She was, I think, going to school at the time, maybe trying to be good at school. And so I needed to step up. So I was going to go into the Air Force. I needed to provide for our family that was not existent yet, or non-existent rather. And it just bothered me. I hated my life. And so when it wasn't hard for Mike to convince me to participate in recreationals again because I didn't want to go to the Air Force. Of course I'm not going until June. I'm putting it off as much as possible. So June comes. And I'm just like, I'm not doing this. I'm not living like this. And she eventually called me and ended things just because it wasn't going smoothly. We weren't getting along on top of everything. And back in February, I knew I didn't want to be around anymore. And when I say that, I don't want to have to say what I really want to say. So I didn't want to be around anymore. I didn't want to live out the rest of my lease. I didn't want to do any of that. So February, I had this idea of like, okay, I'm going to turn 21 and then that's it. I'm going to break up with Brooke and everything's. So she just popped the cork prematurely. And which is ironic because she never popped the cork. Anyways, so July comes. She breaks up with me in June. I've had this idea since February of like, I'm going to check out. It doesn't matter. I waste all my vacation. I waste all my paid time at Amazon. I get a big bag of, stuff from Mike. Shout out to Mike. And I'm like, will you front it to me? Which is such a dick thing to do. It's like, not only is Robert gone, he owes me $80. Like, but so she pops the cork early, and she still comes out for my birthday. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings. A couple of my friends came out. I got pretty wasted for my 21st birthday. Brooke and I were still trying to talk and still trying to do our thing, and it just wasn't happening. So I walk her to her car. I got my skateboard because we're going to go skating afterwards. I walk her to her car, and, we kiss her a little bit. All right, we kiss a little bit. And she pulls back, and she's like, why do you let me do this to you? And I'm like, it's because I care about you more than I care about myself. Fucking... I don't know where that came from, but I mean, I did. I didn't care about me, obviously. I was willing to just be the bad guy for no fucking reason, just because I wanted to speak out of turn instead of just taking it and not ruining the whole thing over some fabricated lie to make myself feel better. And I never told her. And it bugs me. And I don't want to talk to her now. I've gone years without talking to her. So shout out to her, I guess. She drove me nuts, and so did my roommates, and everybody drove me nuts. So July comes, and I'm like, fuck this. I burn all my time, and I drive 13 hours straight to Missouri in my Honda. I left my brothers behind. I gave them all my clothes, and I said bye to my parents. I was taking pictures with everybody. And I'm bringing you down. I'm going to raise you back up. And I left. And I drove 13 hours straight to Missouri. Because I was going to drive out to Las Vegas. Route 66, where desert is on both sides. Fucking drive, take a right into the desert, drive as far as my car would go, get out, walk as far as my legs would go, and then I was going to put 2 in my chest and just sit there. First of all, 2 in my chest? I didn't even have my fucking ears pierced. I still don't have any tattoos. What the fuck made me think that I was going to be able to pull that trigger twice? Anyways, I was going to lay there and wallow in my misery. That was my plan. So I stop in Missouri to say goodbye to my grandmother, Pete. Yeah, you heard me. Pete. And so that was a huge mistake. Which, spoiler alert, I never went through with my plan. And I stopped to say bye to Pete. And she was talking about my cousins. And I got to visit my cousin Eddie and his now wife, Kayla. And my cousin Mason, shout out to them. Man. I saw that everybody had problems. And I was thinking about my brothers and my parents the whole time. I was watching Avengers Age of Ultron over and over on my phone. My brother had pirated it for me. Oh, God. He had gotten it for me. And I was just watching it on my phone over and over. And I was just thinking, like, I could leave right now. And it would be so easy. That's the easy way out. Why don't I just go back and help them and save them from the life that I thought, they were hurting under? And, why would I leave right now? And why I just live out the rest of my lease with these fools, and then I fucking move out. That's it. That's all you got to do. It's already July. October, the lease is up. I can move out early and just give them rent. And so I'm sitting there in this camper because I can't stay in my grandma's house because her house isn't made for her and her man at the time and then me. So I'm sleeping in this camper filled with hornets and watching Age of Ultron, just reflecting on my life. I'm only 21. What am I doing? I left my job, and the unpaid time, when it goes in the negative, that's when you get let go. So I left, and Monday, it had been so I lost my job. It's called job abandonment, and so I already know I'm not going back to a job. I made sure that I wasn't coming back, and then I did. Not going through with that was probably the best decision in my life. I took a chance on me, and it worked out, man. I finally got the ball rolling on the podcast. My stand-up, everything, man. I might not be funny to everybody, but I know that I like making my friends laugh and entertaining them any way I can. My brothers, my girlfriend, all you Questers out there, for whatever reason you watch this, it's awesome. I feel like it's a small community. I've said it before. I'd rather have 80,000 like hardcore people behind me than 1 million people who are just wishy-washy. And the weirdos out there, the people that are like, I wonder if dinosaurs got hiccups. Like, I wonder if there are people out there like that. And then you guys being here, it just, I don't know, it helps me a lot. I get out a lot of stuff through this podcast. And I don't really like to talk about my feelings like that, but I had to end this suicide saga, right? And let you know, spoiler alert, that I didn't go through with it because everybody has problems. It's how you deal with those problems. And you can run and, I think the world should be a lot less populated. No, but that's never the answer. That's never the answer. You figure it out. That's what adults do. But I just became an adult, so I didn't know that yet. Nobody was there to tell me, like, hey, man, maybe that's not the best idea. I had to figure it out for myself. Bless you. And that's the end of that. I can continue on with this. I ended up just not renewing the lease with them, and they ended up getting evicted. So, because they couldn't pay the rent because they didn't make enough money. Anyways, it ended up backfiring on me, and I had to pay all the late charges and stuff. Me and Brooke never talked after I told her happy birthday on August 26th. Never talked again. I texted her and I was like, hey, happy birthday, babe. My ex at the time, and she had already found someone else, and she was like, you were right. Somebody else could treat me better. Because I always used to tell her, like, you could get treated a lot better, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, you were right. He treats me a lot better. And just a total fucking cunt. But I digress. Shout out to her. Shout out to all my exes. I think they live in Texas. All right. So we're going to build this up. I am Robert De Niro right now because we got UFC 264 this weekend. If you thought that McGregor was going to fight on my birthday and I wasn't going to fucking talk about it, you're fucking wrong. Dude, UFC 264, McGregor versus Poirier. Shout out to Herb Dean. I'm only going to do the main event because the whole card is fire. If you're not going to buy this pay-per-view, stream it. Dude, you have to. You have to see this fight. You have to see this fight. It's a trilogy. McGregor Poirier 3. It's going to be fantastic. If McGregor wins, it's going to be fantastic. And if Poirier wins, it's going to be fantastic because Poirier deserves it. He's been lacing up his boots, strapping up his boots for the last decade, just working hard. And he's the number one guy in the world. Charles Oliveira is the champ. He could have took the title shot, chose this McGregor fight because he wants to get paid. And so he's doing it not because it's a cash grab, it's because he's already beat the guy. Conor knocked his ass out in the first fight. Dustin got his revenge, even though that's not what he was looking for. He knocked Conor out in the second fight. So this third fight, it's all on the line. It's bad for the brand if Conor loses. And then Dustin, it's not lose-lose. A lot of people are going to know who he is after this weekend. He's in the MMA community. He's already reached the interim champ status. People know who the fuck Dustin Poirier is, and he's a bad man. He's a bad man. So it's Southpaw versus Southpaw. If you don't like orthodox Southpaw, it's going to be flip for you on the camera. Dude, this fight is so intriguing to me, and I wish I could spend the 30 minutes that I spent on the fucking unlocking memories on this. But all I can do is give you my pick. And I'm rocking with my boy Conor McGregor. You already know. You already know who it is. I hope so. I hope it's a decision. I hope it goes all 5. All 5 rounds. I hope it's a war. I hope it's awesome. It's going to be awesome. And that's the Quezt. That's the birthday episode of the Quezt. What time is it? My birthday is in like 40-something minutes. So I hope you guys have a good Saturday. I hope you guys have a good whole weekend. And just remember that, like, I've lived on this planet 27 years. You don't have to listen to anything that I say. But something I do know, a couple things I do know, and I'll spread this knowledge. I've said it before. You don't let dumb people be dumb. And if someone is all talk with themselves, they will definitely be all talk with you. Those are the only 2 things that I can spread to you. You can't fix stupid. A lot of people say that. But you don't let dumb people be dumb. And then if somebody is telling themselves, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and you see it not happening, how do you know you can depend on that person? And that's it. We're out here for episode 26. This is the last footage of me being 26 years old. Next week I will be back. I will be a older man. I will probably grow out my mustache. Happy birthday to me. I miss my dad. I love you guys. I'll see you later.